In honor of Veterans Day, Candace used her platform not for veterans as a whole or remembrance, but to repost her interview about the USS Liberty. I'm a proud US Navy veteran, and the only thing I hate more than touching our boats is revisionist history by standing on the graves of dead sailors to push your own anti-American and anti-Semitic narrative. So yeah, let's actually talk about what happened. The USS Liberty was a US Navy intelligence ship sailing off the coast of Sinai during the Six-Day War in 1967, a war where Israel was literally fighting for its life against Egypt, Syria, Jordan, with Iraq and Lebanon providing support. 2 days into the war, Israeli forces attacked the Liberty. Yes, this happened, and it was awful, killing 34 American sailors and wounding 171. Again, it was horrific, but here's the key. It was a mistake. Before the war, the Liberty was ordered to the Eastern Mediterranean to collect signals intel, basically spying from international waters, and once the war started, new orders went out, increasing the CPA to at least 100 nautical miles away from Israel and Egypt, CPA's closest point of approach. Those messages never reached the ship. Because of that communications failure, the Liberty drifted right into the middle of an active war zone. However, Israel did send out warning to the U.S. by General Yitzhak Rabin, who informed Commander Ernest Cassel of the United States and asked the U.S. to keep its ships away from Israel's shore and at least inform Israel of their exact positions if they don't, which the U.S. did not do. So it doesn't make a lot of sense for Israel to have sent that message secretly thinking, wow, I really hope America doesn't do that so we can carry out this false flag. That isn't how secret operations work. Between 5:45 and 9:40 a.m., Israeli aircraft spotted the Liberty several times, marked it as neutral, and then removed it from their radar board because the position data got old. Hours later, Israeli units near the coast reported that their city of Arish was being shelled from the sea. That was likely just Egyptian ammunition exploding on shore, but Israeli command didn't know that, and this makes sense on the ground because there was an explosion. So where did it come from? They redirected jets that were already on their way back from Sinai doing military operations on Egypt, along with other jets launched, mistaking the Liberty for an Egyptian warship and being the cause of the shelling. At 2 p.m., 2 Israeli Mirage 3 jets opened fire on the Liberty with rockets and 30mm cannons. It's also important to note that the conspiracy says that this was a false flag to try to pretend Egypt sunk the Liberty, but big problem, the planes actually had Star of Davids on them. In fact, one of the crew members of the Liberty stated this because it was a Jewish crew member, and he stated he was distraught because it felt like he was being attacked by his own people. Why would a false flag not just put an Egyptian flag or nothing on the planes? Why would they put Star of Davids on them? Finally, around 4:30 p.m., they realized the ship was American, and the moment Israel identified it as the USS Liberty, they stopped attacking immediately. Within an hour, Israel contacted the U.S. Embassy to apologize. Prime Minister Levi Eshkol and Foreign Minister Ava Eban sent formal apologies within hours, and Israel offered financial compensation within 2 days. Both the U.S. and Israel launched full investigations, and each found it was a tragic case of mistaken identity, not an intentional attack. NSA transcripts from Israeli radio even show pilots believe the target was